Hey guys, welcome back to another iteration of the My Hero Academia manga chapter reads. We got two chapters, 414 that I missed because of a week of vacation, and 415, which is the latest one. And I'm here with Mark.
Hello.
And Mark, there's something that we always do before every new manga chapter. And what would that be? Y'all want to step back.
Recap episode!
Thank you. It's the recap episode. Let's take a quick look at 413. I definitely need to look at 413 after a while.
He's been he just got back from the islands.
Yes, so even though my internet connection wasn't like cut, I didn't have my equipment for recording or editing.
So it would have been pretty scuffed.
It would have been like hella scuffed. But let's look at 413 real quick. Obviously, it was talking about and showing illustrations of what was going on within that space of All for One. And we have, oh God. Why am I blanking on the name again?
You just gotta tell me like what character is it?
She. I want to say it's almost like Stars and Stripe.
There you go.
Stars and Stripe pointing down into just like this weird, like cataclysmic, like puzzle of a mind that is Shigaraki, and you see that there's a little sliver of hope, and that was kind of like the main focus that I had, like the initial like manga read based off of for like the video. It's still Mount Fuji time. We're still trying to avoid like every single aspect of that. We realize that Deku's kind of in the middle of a losing battle, and that the way that they want to kind of deal with Shigaraki right now is to kind of do a bit of gambling in the sense of like passing on the quirks willingly to sabotage Shigaraki from the inside. So that means like all bets are off, and this is pretty much, whatever happens as the outcome, like Deku might end up like either dead or just quirkless.
It's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. So they're prepping for that. Deku preps like a whole Black Whip form, and he looks kind of like how he used to look in his little vigilante arc. And that's kind of
it's also kind of reminiscent of Venom in a sense.
Venom.
Venom. Basically like that, or maybe like Ultimate Spider-Man in a sense.
Yeah, I agree with both. But yeah, that was just a quick thing for 414. We're gonna be jumping into 414, and first page, dude, I see that they have a whole summary so far. I'm like, thank you.
Well, if you could have told us this sooner.
that was for me. Hey man, I know you were gone for like a week, so here's this quick summary for when you come back. I'm like, Horikoshi
said, I got you.
I feel seen. But yeah, all right.
Arigato, Horikoshi sensei.
My hero, cross, get out, get out,
get out, get out.
All right, so focusing on this first page, Deku, cool enough, like how the Black Whip kind of forms around his body. It's kind of like individual like strands and tendrils like across him, but then like the mask area or his mouth area is like masked off. So
and then you remember this is all visible underneath of his skin.
So it's actually not like an outer layer. It's just like embedded because he can do that.
It's like dirt under your fingernails.
Yeah, actually, it's quite like that. The summary so far they have like in this big old text bubble or box. Beating Shigaraki would mean winning the war, but unfortunately, pitting strength against strength is a losing prospect when facing the villain's overwhelming decay and regeneration. Hence the second's last-ditch proposal to transfer One for All to Shigaraki and thereby strike at the existing scar on his inner spirit. Now, Deku has summoned the resolve to part ways with the power he inherited. He's even shaking. You can kind of see that.
Oh yeah, because I mean, all that's really moving him right now is Black Whip.
Oh my god. He's using Black Whip to force his beaten, busted up body to keep moving.
Like a puppet.
Yeah, that was Banjo like saying that. And yeah, you're right. He's instantly putting to use an idea he came up with in the heat of battle. What a wild way to utilize that quirk. Black Whip to reference. That's perfect. As they like turn over to the second user. Oh my! The next page, right? They show a little bit of flashbacks here and there, and I swear to God, that little face in the flashback panel almost looked like Luffy for a second. I was like, wait, what? I'm sorry, what are we watching?
One piece.
No matter what happens to me, that's what this power is for, as he said before. He's not driven by duty. Second continues. Rather, his respect and admiration is for quirks on the whole. Make one for all shine even brighter.
True.
This is number 414, Overlay. So, what do we have going on, Deku? He's thinking right now. I'll have to cope with Shigaraki's speed without the use of the second's gear shift. I'll be delivering the second to him full on. This gamble is all we got left. Next page. To transfer one for all, the person you want to let me just do that again. To transfer one for all, the person you want to receive it has to take in some of your DNA. So it pretty much tells you like the whole process of passing it on. Really, doesn't matter what it is you eat, as long as you get in your DNA.
Eat this.
Good.
Good.
When one for all can only transfer if its holder wills it to. It can be given to an unwilling. It can be given to an unwilling recipient. I feel like that's a weird. Because I could have sworn it had to be kind of mutual in that respect, but I may have like misread that. Bruce?
Basically, it's only if its holder wills it, then it can be transferred, and it can be transferred to somebody. Basically, because you remember the first didn't exactly want it. His brother kind of just said, "You're taking this."
That's true. I just didn't think that one for all was the same way, but that does make sense. So what you're saying is that this is Sukuna all over again.
Sukuna.
Continuing on, Bruce and I came up with that theory and put it to practice, says the second. Man, this brings back memories. Long past our own deaths, we still beholden our duty. Blood will serve as the transfer agent when it enters an open wound. But thanks to his regen, Shigaraki's wounds don't last for long. The only viable opening in the moment of impact. I'm barely conscious, says Deku. After the real quote from Gear Shift, but I've got to land this next hit precisely. Shiraki just like looking out, a little silent.
He stands up.
He stands up. He's on. He's standing on the business. But yeah, go ahead, Mark, on this one.
Got you. I think this is Shigaraki speaking.
Mm.
During that last attack, something gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies.
So I sliced off my own arm just before he could. And now, he's got some scheme. As we see Izuku's face, then we see Shigaraki's face. Crippling agony all over. Trouble breathing. In that state, a normal person would focus on clinging to life. He starts scratching himself a little bit.
Huh.
Yeah, a normal person.
Okay.
Sure, fine. As long as it takes, I'll keep destroying you, this country, everything. As we see them both taking a swan dive.
Whoa. Here we go.
Swan dive into the middle of the battlefield. And we see this is both of them. In between it says, this is where. Izuku says, I transfer it. Shiraki says, I kill you. Go to the next page, and is this man shooting a smoke screen out of his mouth?
Yeah, I think so.
The 6th smoke screen. Izuku basically shot the smoke screen out of his mouth before he hit the ground to create an objection in Shigaraki's vision. And then we see the 6th right here. I'm the most useless right now. He's thinking back to what he said before. He said, "Huh? Why?" Then we see Shigaraki. All I need is a dose of decay. He says it touches the ground. Then no matter what you're plotting, you'll have to defend. And then we see
next page,
Izuku's
bro.
plan. He actually just used this is black chain. he used it to lift the ground up from underneath of Shigaraki. He
Oh
said,
my
"Rip it."
god.
Then we see Shigaraki ripping up the earth to keep decay from spreading. But when did he grab such a massive chunk? Then Banjo, right, when the kiddo was sent flying. Basically, when he was sent flying, he was taking. Oh, here it says, he shot strands of black chain on the ground and carved up the earth itself, all to prep for the next round. That's very smart.
Sheesh. He was already
We see.
thinking about it.
Then we see Shigaraki, like UA's anti-decay strat, huh? And then he sees something behind him. He's like, huh?
He got that danger sense going now.
Right? And he sees, it looks like all he grabbed was Gran Torino's old cape.
Hmm.
He said, only his cape? And then we see the sixth, the decoy tactic from the sniper battle. As we see Lady Nagant and the sniper that Izuku uses, like basically a sniper decoy.
Hmm. Oh no, the cape though.
Huh? But the light shown by my search quirk as it basically just destroys from Shigaraki's hand. We see a little black, we see a tendril from Black Whip is pointing to this thing. We see a little light inside the tendril. He said, Shigaraki's looking at it. Blood? Search zeroed in on his blood? Hold on. This light isn't Midoriya at all. Where is he? Ah, sure. I get it now as he reaches out his hand. Then you see Izuku just zoom in real quick.
What
Too
the?
late! Bro, this looks like a Wolverine shot.
I see it. Oh my god, I see it.
We see search indicates the locations of those the user has seen. We gambled on the possibility that search would register the other successors. We see the second. My intention to transfer the second, or this is Izuku probably. My intention to transfer the second allowed him to split off and reside in my blood. By launching that blood straight at Shigaraki, I fell off his radar and created an opening to get up in his face. Oh.
Okay.
So basically, using the tendril, it gave him some distance from his body, so he was able to get close.
Mm-hmm.
I exploited the fact that he can track me. That, plus a handy smoke screen, made him misjudge my position for this sneak attack.
Yeah, that's how he was able to like thwart off like danger sense from him physically.
Mm-hmm. You want me to take this one, or you want to do all these
I guess I'll
real
do
quick?
this one now.
But wait.
Oh my god, it cuts to like this old one of like flashback panels of like them just conversing about probably like One for All stuff. Yeah. Huh?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
I'm sure they have awesome quirks. Rather his respect and admiration for quirks on a whole. So this was different quotes here and there. Them theorizing about like the different quirks and whatnot.
I remember
Aw.
that.
Our dude's over here, he's cheering up ninth. So he felt that. He was like, like I'm the most useless in this battle. Like, I'm afraid not.
And now he's like, nine.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, ninth user. But yeah, Shigaraki is like, my body, as like fingers like kind of like form up and like from his face to around his whole body,
Like
rejects.
armoring up.
Yeah, it's just like a very natural response for his body. But he says, my body rejects what's coming. So it's just a natural like defense. It can't afford to take this hit. Yo.
Here comes a big ass fist. Bro, look at my man's back on the next panel. Holy
Here comes the
shit.
Tommy fist.
Can we just talk about how yoked this man is?
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
One for All Deku wasn't built in a day.
Bro has a Goku back.
Mm. Look at his hair too.
I know.
But yeah, he was able to zero in and punch Shigaraki right in the chest.
Boom.
Is this? Yeah, this is another shot of Deku right here. It's like it's a mixture of like some blood here and there, if not just all Black Whip. Don't let it weigh on you. I think it's the second speaking as he's getting transferred. I was only ever a phantom anyway. My mind and will have passed to him, but before he can make me his own. Owl, as he zooms in on that like big like dark sphere of memories and just chaos inside Shigaraki. As he like clashes into that, and you see like an impact shot.
It's like a bullet just hit it.
Yeah, or at least yeah, it's a bit of feedback you see from Shigaraki. He's definitely shocked from that.
He's like, oh.
There's a bit of space here and there between the two. It's almost like they are illustrating like this pause in the moment.
I know Shigaraki's at the face like, what the fuck was that?
In the next page, it shows actually like a big spread of Toga and like Dabi. In the front is Shigaraki and Deku still in the float, so there it must be some kind of mental image like playing out for this one.
I like how Izuku's looking to the side like he can actually see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He does see that. But let's focus in on what the characters are actually saying. Dabi's saying, "In person, you're super gross, dude." What made him say this? Toga's over here. Well, this dude's this Hansi guy is friends with Mr. Staney, right? I want to join too. Your League of Villains. So this is their.
It's true. They did join up because of Stain.
Yeah, this is initial impressions. So this is what Deku's witnessing. He's like, huh? He's
Okay, then it's just straight up blood gushing from his head.
Yeah. He looks a little shocked right now. As I guess the image is kind of like whisked away. But someone says,
Why does the texture say rah?
what does oh yeah, it's rah.
It's like the meme, rah.
You're this is crazy. Oh, because it's shifting different memories too. So it isn't just Shigaraki's, it's also Deku's, because the next page it shows the infamous shot with Todoroki saying, "I want to be a hero too," as he like uses fires for the first time in a long time.
Historic moment in the series.
What's interesting is that they replaced Deku's like initial like UA outfit or gym outfit to like how he is right now. So he's just kind of in the moment seeing all this stuff. Deku turns around and he sees Spinner. I'm only here because Stain inspired me to take action.
Again, Stain.
So we have Deku, we have Shigaraki, we have Todoroki, we have Spinner. The sports festival? Round 2 against Todoroki. And Spinner? What the hell? Someone speaks out to him. Your memories are blending together, I suppose.
Oh, it's Yorichi.
Oh, damn, I couldn't even notice because like all that additional shading he's added to him. Ninth, don't let up. As he looks to his right hand, it's glowing right now.
Shing.
Huh? 6? It's working. The second pulled it off. But it wasn't enough. Because you could see, yeah, you could see a little bit of like Shigaraki kind of like trembling a little bit.
He's got the itis.
He's got the itis. So keep it coming. As Deku like preps up another punch. And that's where the chapter ends for that one. Thankfully, that wasn't the only chapter. I would have been kind of upset. I'd be like, "Oh no, I want to see more."
Could you imagine just
I mean, I kind of believe it. I fully imagine Deku doing Black Whip in the shape of like fists and just launching those like Luffy.
One for all, Gatling.
Yeah, crazy enough, that was just one chapter. That was 414. We still have 415, just FYI. So we'll just cover that.
Like, oh, thank God there's continuation.
Yes, I want to know what happens now. All right, clicking on that. So 414. Now we're jumping into 415. Let's find out what's going on here.
Another very memorable moment.
Oh, so we're seeing additional flashbacks here. So obviously it's Shigaraki, Deku, they're still like fighting it out. This flashback is that shot of like the USJ incident where they were all like jumping out from like the boat into like a water filled with villains. This is number 415. Rejection. I was gonna say reflection, but it's rejection. Let me just take this page because I was taking the other ones. Um, we have the one for all users. Their memories are blending. Man, they are really drawing Yorichi like someone different now. The
He still looks
resonance.
like him. I think it's just the angle.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of detail to like the hair, even more
Yeah.
so. But yeah, the resonance between my brother's factor and one for all are already building at a rapid pace. How? How can it? How is it I can see them now? Different like flashbacks here and there.
I think that's like Shigaraki maybe saying that possibly.
Maybe. And now, after leader's transfer attack, that resonance has reached a critical point. Okay, I will let you take these other pages here too.
All right. In order to claim One for All as his own, my brother sought its soul, obviously Yoruichi, but
Mm,
despite all the absurd power he amassed, that soul resides right here. We now face the mightiest villain with armor forged from untold malice and hatred. Putting a stop to such a heinous calamity was always the very reason we've been woven into this chain of power. We are here now.
we are here.
Yeah,
Let's
we are here.
go.
Now, that we are here. As we see them all just like lighting up as Izuku's got his fist ready to go. And then we see a flashback. I believe this to the USJ incident.
Yeah,
You know,
with
good job, you two.
the initial Nomu.
Yep, good job, you two. When all I can do is to wound the pride of the symbol of peace. Basically, that's like all of what happened then. We see Izuku back in a flashback there. We see Kurogiri. We see the modern day Shigaraki. Then we see old
Mm,
Shigaraki, Kurogiri, and modern Izuku.
mm-hmm. Man, that was the time that like Shirai got shot up.
I do remember he literally got blasted.
That was crazy. He could have got his career would have ended right there.
He honestly.
But yeah,
Next page, we get a cool charging at each other shot. Shigaraki! Midoriya!
this is sick,
Izu-
bro.
Izuku punched the fingers off this man.
Oh my god.
Well, the way he looks like Izuku didn't get unscathed. You can see right underneath his left pectoral, you can see he got a little scratch.
Yeah.
Then we see Bruce, we see Nana, we see Banjo, we see All
Oh,
Might's
Vestige. Vestige,
his
yeah.
vestige, and then we see Yoruichi, and then we see the only one who looks like he's going anywhere is the sixth.
Yeah, he's going hard on this one. He's like, ah!
Let's go!
He was so
He's the
reserved,
only
but
one.
now he's like, he's number one Midoriya fan.
He's the let's go emoji. As he's just going straight through it. He's going straight for it. I think he's the only one that got through.
Hmm.
Yep, he pierced through. You see the fist made contact. And boom, it looks like Izuku got bounced back. The transfer of One for All got bounced back. We see Shigaraki's like, we see, he said, it did damage though. There's Banjo. The scumbag rejected us. Should have known this might happen, considering his will is strong enough to steal one of us away. Only sixth N got through, and just barely. We have him to thanks for the latest damage.
Hmm.
Then we see I think this is Izuku talking, meaning he couldn't completely shut himself away. If only those growing hands and fingers could receive the transfer. But no, this attempt only went through the moment I broke past the fingers and struck his chest. Transferring through the fingers won't work. They're like dead nails or a layer of grime. Thum! And he said he looks to his side. He's like, we see "Huh," as we see Shigaraki to the side, and we also see behind them what looks like a
Hmm.
young Tenko Shimura being and someone's holding his hand. I want to say, from judging from the outfit, that looks like All for One.
Maybe, yeah.
He's looking over at it. Ah, we're getting there. We'll try again, as many times as it takes. All
Are you
right,
sure?
back to you.
Are you sure about that?
As you see, what Elden Ring DLC?
At the Elden Ring DLC, you see this. This is honestly, you can put this up on a wall. This is crazy. You see
would be a
this
wild
big
shot.
page spread of just like all for fingers. They're all growing out from like Shigaraki. You can barely even like make out Shigaraki's actual like full body. It's just fingers growing on fingers.
Like surrounding him like a cage.
And I guess we get a cool outshot, like outside shot perspective of this one with Navi the fairy flying out in here as a guest character.
Navi the fairy.
Hey, what the hell is that?
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. It's a interesting fairy-like little drone like flying over. You can see
It's a drone with like little wings.
yeah, flying over to Mount Fuji where you see all this happening. You see a massive fingers just like in
It
one
legit
spot
looks like
growing
just
out.
A biological monstrosity. Also, can we point out that Spider-Man pose that Izuku's hitting right now?
Oh yeah. I've been playing a little bit of Spider-Man, so it's like, yeah, this is it. All right, so let's see. Oh, okay, they're doing a quick transition over to another location. This is actually UA emits of falling. This is a super duper long range remote control is made of sorry, that's not what they're trying to say. Super duper long range remote control is made possible thanks to satellite uplinks. That's what they were saying. UA boasts peak performance even when it's on the fritz. And it really is. Oh my god. This is a short one too. I'm on the next page right now. Okay, so next page. Oh man, why do I yeah, I'm just forgetting a lot of names here. Cuz
This is
our handy girl here.
Yeah, I believe her name is was it I want to say it starts with an H. Is it Hatsumi?
I think it's
Hatsume?
Hatsume. Yeah, I think so.
I want to say we know who she is. She's the girl that's got like the red, like the crosshairs for eyes.
Yeah, she's probably the one who devised up like that little nappy-looking contraption. That particular baby informed Midoriya that his gauntlets were finished. Really? And this is Gentle, like, jump back in here. Allow me to assist. And I believe he's talking to Cementos, right?
Yeah, it looks like they're evacuating.
Help the injured, and let me know if anyone can't walk on their own.
Yeah, they're getting everyone out of the floating fortress.
Mm-hmm. Hasman continues. He's a valued client of mine, you know. So if I could want to, so I want to provide excellent service in the days to come. I better observe him in action. Is La Brava? That's the same boy who got my beloved thrown in the slammer, which somehow only helped my sweetheart to be even more amazingly, wonderfully stupendous. So in short, she says, like, I'm kind of mad, but I'm grateful too.
She said, "I was a little pissed, but you know what? He did a good thing."
And it looks like UA has finally like hit the waters now. Crash landing, they said. Get to shore. Give us a hand. Shame on those who don't pitch in. You got one of those guys like still filming. Still filming. Looks like people are looking out, just watching this all televised and just like brought up online. Huh? What on earth? Cuts to the evacuation shelter. Whoa. What is that? Giant clump of hands? So everyone can see this. And we got
Ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm, yeah. He's like, hey, not so fast. Wait, Eri. You see Eri, she's running. Eri's running out there.
Eri, don't be a hero.
Now she's already grown a little bit of her horn, so I think she'll be good.
She is a precious baby girl, and we do not want anything to happen to her.
To be continued. Yeah. So first and foremost, I do pray for her safety in the coming
Anything
chapters.
happens to Eri, I am going to be in shambles.
But at the same time, if we got another like revisit of like Eri and Deku like kicking ass, that would be sick.
True, 100%. 100% would come in handy a lot right now. But Eri, I like that Eri's going to help, but at the same time, I'm just worried about her.
I'm also kind of worried if like what happens with Deku if she were to help out the way that I was describing.
Kind of like she did with the overhaul. If she could pull him apart.
Oh, that's true.
She could separate some of the quirks from Shigaraki.
Oh my god, dude. So I'll tell you guys real quick that this is gonna be a long wait for the next chapter, 416. That's happening in 2 weeks.
Oh,
So they got something cooking with Eri, Deku, Shigaraki, everybody.
I mean, I do not think Horikoshi would do anything to her. I do not think he would hurt her.
I don't think so, but it's obviously gonna be the most dangerous thing she'll ever do.
True. I mean, one of the most dangerous things she ever did was probably when she stood up to Overhaul. Remember that?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, we all just want her to be safe. Because you remember when they got her to smile during the arc with the class festival, everyone was like, she must be protected at all costs. She was just a poor abused little girl.
So yeah, that's it's we're seeing progress on the hero side right now with this. I love the callbacks to just like the previous stuff, but we may not see too much of it. Well, actually, we might see bits and pieces as the chapter keeps going. But obviously, the Todoroki thing that we saw in the like 414, that was nice. USJ incident being a big highlight here. It's crazy when you see like that version of Deku versus how he is now. Because like him, Shigaraki were in the same area. They were unknowing of each other's the consequences that would lead up to like what will be today. So you want like my mind kind of goes back to like what if they just got like put a place into that spot like right then and there, and what would the outcome be different? Like,
it's like if what they very well could have just become each other.
Yeah.
It's like instead their circumstances been different.
That too. But like if Deku was the Deku now back in the USJ, then that would have cleared through a lot. I would think that Shigaraki would have been like beat to a pulp and shot up.
Oh, he would have been flattened. If it was the Izuku now, he wouldn't have stood a chance.
And that kind of just shows like obviously 400 plus chapters, right? Of just like growth. Where like our main characters like ended up or how he was versus how he is now, and he was just dealing with the different like limitations that he had back then, and now it's just like it's a completely different ball game. This is like the final fights, and he's willing to strip away all that progress for this one moment. So yeah, a lot of emotions.
Like, at the end of the day, it has to be done.
But yeah, guys,
like he doesn't want to let go of the quirk. He just knows he has to.
Yeah, I think honestly he's made peace with that. He knows that like he's been meant to do something like bigger for the sake of getting a quirk.
It's bigger than who he is.
Like obviously he always wanted to be accepted, like, or wanted to become a hero himself, and you know, getting a quirk was kind of like the only way for him. So he's got that, but now it's about like what it all means. So it circles back to like now he's willing to part with it.
Because he knows at the end of the day, it's for the greater good. It's like he has to do it, or else there's not going to be any world left to protect.
In a hypothetical future, you can probably imagine seeing like a Deku completely quirkless after giving all of like One for All away, and just not just being like highly respected, as an individual and a hero, but you know,
Being thought of as the greatest hero
mm-hmm,
who sacrificed it all to save everybody.
mm-hmm. Staying rate set with 5 stars across the board, could not going higher.
True.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. So we got 416 underway, but that's gonna be happening in another 2 weeks. So here's a twofer for everybody. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Mark, is there anything else you would like to add before we go ahead and call?
I think we've pretty much covered it all, but I just when they say 2 weeks, I'm like, why do I gotta wait 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
You can't just leave us off like that.
I feel this is gonna be a rough one to kind of just like sit through, especially now that we know that Ares gonna get involved, like in
I
battle.
know. Izuku, you got work to do. It's time to cook.
Alrighty, guys, that's gonna be it for us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this one. We'll see you guys when we have chapter 416 with us. Until then, we'll see you guys in the next one. Hashtag bye, everybody.